to a boot camp, and this boot camp was different than the other boot camps that I had attended because I really wanted Tony to go with me. And the reason why I wanted him to go with me is because I had just become so exhausted with carrying the weight of our family in prayer. It was very heavy. Granddaddy, Tony and his issue, and then just you guys, and my prayer for you. And I needed my husband. I needed God to change him, to show him, or just to touch him so that he could be the man of God that I knew God had called him to be, because he felt that Sunday was the day that he would dedicate to God, but every other day was just a day. And it was weighing heavy on me, and I needed him to take that. I needed him to pray for me because it's hard trying to keep everybody up in prayer. So I was able to get tickets, and Tony wasn't very. We talked about it, and he told me he was going to let me know if he could go or make the trip. But as the trip got closer, we never confirmed. So I stepped out on faith, and I just got a ticket for him. And when I did, it was about to. It could have caused some tension and some strife, but it didn't, because I simply sent him a text. I apologized about the inconvenience because he had a dance that night. But I told him I just needed him with me on this one. And I believe that God had something for us. So we went. And the first night, was we got there, we wound up getting flight. Our flight was delayed. We should have got there at 8. We didn't get there to 9:30, almost 10 o'clock, and the service started at 9. It was from 9 to 12 on Friday night, and then it was all day Saturday. But we went, and we left, and we got to the hotel. And the next morning, because I prayed and I asked God, I didn't want to pressure him into going to the services. I wanted him to want to go. So he had a friend where we were, because I was in Dallas, and he said he wanted to see him, so I said, drop me off at the service. With still 2 other services that he could attend to, but I was praying to God and just asking him to give Tony the want to at least want to come back to one without me having to ask him to come back to one. So my initial reason for going or wanting to go to this boot camp is because I needed a change. I needed a breakthrough in my family, but not necessarily in my family where you all were concerned, but not concerned. I needed a breakthrough for my husband. I needed him to step up and be the man of God I needed him to be for our family. So that was my initial petition to God. And normally when I go to these conferences, you guys are the main topic. I'm laying people before the altar. I'm laying you all. I'm praying. And this time I went and I knew that I needed the prayer, and I asked God to help me let go of disappointment, resentment towards my children. And I prayed for Tony to receive something from God that would spark something in him. So we get to the meeting. So he drops me off at the meeting. The first morning meeting was at 10 o'clock. And we get there and we go into praise and worship. And so as I go into praising and worship, all of a sudden, and I pray that God allows you all to see what happened to me so you can totally understand that it was something I never expected. it was like I went before God and I asked him for some things, but I never expected to get what he gave me. So I got my eyes closed and I'm caught up in the praise. I'm caught up in the praise and I'm just praising him and I'm praying in the spirit. And then all of a sudden, he takes me. And now I'm suspended. My head is back almost from my head. It's back all the way down to my butt. And I see this light shining down on me like I'm in this room. And then I see this light shining down on me like my arms are open wide and my head is back. My head is back and my arms are open wide. And then it's this light. And then it's this light. And I can't lift my head up. I can't lift my head up. And I feel this light in my chest. And I can't move. I can't move. I can't move. And so when I finally was able to I couldn't get my head up. I was standing up, but I couldn't get my head up. And I just kept seeing this light. I just kept seeing this light shining down on me. So I was finally able to lift my head a little bit. It was like surgery took place with me being present with my eyes open. So when I was able to lift my head, it felt as though I had some type of anesthesia or something. And so I'm still just like, what just happened? I can't believe this. I really can't believe what just happened. What just happened? And then all of a sudden, it was like a door was open. And God started reminding me. He took me back to when I was 17. And all I can see was my child, my son, is how I felt. Because I was forced to give him away. And how hurt I was. And how angry I was. And I forgot it. I was like, God, I forgot all about it. I forgot that I felt this way. Oh my God, I forgot. And I just cried. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot how I felt. I was so hurt. When I had to give my child up. I didn't want to give him up. I didn't want to have my abortion. I was forced. Everybody said it was for the best, but I didn't realize that as a child how much that affected me. My God, I was like, God, oh my God, oh God. I didn't even remember. Oh my God. Oh Jesus. So he let me feel the hurt and the pain and the anger I felt about not having a choice. I didn't have a choice. So as soon as I could, I got pregnant with a treat. I intentionally did it. I did it out of rebelliousness. I did it for anger. I was mad at my parents. I was mad. How dare you? I felt that baby coming out of me. I felt his head. I said I didn't want to do it. Oh, I gave my mother so much heartache about it that I was 4 months pregnant. I was 4 months. Oh my God. And I saw the paper and it said boy. So as soon as I could, I was determined. I was determined to get pregnant. And as God showed me, I opened up portals. I was opening up a portal of rebelliousness, of bitterness. I didn't know it was. He showed me this weekend that it was bitterness. That's how the enemy got in. It was a portal open, and it just kept growing and growing and growing and growing. Trees, you were born from rebelliousness and anger and hurt. I'm like, my God. My God, my God. And then I was forced to marry Charles. I was forced to marry. I didn't want to marry him. My mama told me I had to. Just like she told me I had to have an abortion. I was like, I don't want to marry him. So then I'm pregnant with Toya, and I don't want to be. I don't want to be with this man. He's beating me. I don't want him. He took me to someone's hell, my baby. Toya, my baby. She was born in so much chaos. Oh my God. 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 I was so sad. I was so depressed. I didn't know what to do. I was so happy. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. And all this time that this stuff is coming up, I'm like, God, I didn't know. I still had that in me. I didn't know it was there. But he needed to show me what he took out of me, and he needed to show me the portals I opened. And I didn't know. I had no idea to know anything about portals and satanic and demonic things, and how when you open up a portal, if you open up a portal and your family, just because they're in your family, if you do one act that the enemy has already been invited in, it spread so much quicker than if no portal was open. Okay, and there were portals all over the place. There were portals from my father in Lion. So he was deceitful when he was lying to my mother. And then God is so much. God, let me say it the way he told me, Jesus. He showed me. You were born. I didn't even want you. I was so messed up. I was in a marriage I didn't want to be in. I didn't want another baby. I didn't know that what I was feeling and how I was acting was another portal. It was another portal. Oh my God. Veronica, you were born out of deceit. Lie. Look at all these portals. Lie, deceit, cheating. That's why it's so easy. That's why we are asking ourselves as family, why is all this stuff happening to us? Because there's so many portals. God showed me just endless portals. But he showed me the ones that I didn't know I opened up. I didn't know that there was anything as a portal, that I could be a portal opener, but we all are. And it's in the family. It's just like my daddy didn't know that he was opening up a portal where it was that in our home for deceit and lie and for adultery. My mother didn't know for manipulation. She opened up a portal for manipulation. I didn't know I opened up a portal for rebelliousness and bitterness. And I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know until you told me I didn't know. So, Latrice, Veronica, every stage, every child I had, there was portals that opened up. And what happened to those portals is they got larger and larger with every acceptance that you all didn't even know you were accepting. If you told a lie, you just opened the portal up wider. It was already open for it to just attach itself quicker than it would had we not opened the portals. I look at you all's life and I question things, and now God has shown me where the doors were open. If you can't identify where the doors are open, you can't close them. I declared that it stopped with me, but you all have to make your own declarations. I need you to know why you lie so much, or why it's so easy and so comfortable, why you get angry so often, why you're holding on to bitterness, why you're holding on to deceit, why you're holding on to deception. And it's not that's just a part of what people do. It's portals that are allowed in families, and we don't know, because that's the deception of the enemy. Once he's gained interest in, and then you act on the action that he was invited in on, he now has a porthole in your life. It's not about the portholes anymore that I open to let him in. It's the portals that now you individually have all opened for him to have access. So when God showed me this, he said I needed to share my experience with you guys to let you know, if you were ever questioning, ever wondering why things were the way that they were for you, it's because the life of your family had portholes open everywhere. And God showed me something about me I didn't even remember, because we took stuff down because it's so hurtful. I did not realize that what really happened to me as a teenager, and it didn't matter that it was done because it was thought to be the right thing to do. It was how I felt about what happened. I didn't have a choice. And as a result of that, I had a reaction about it, and I didn't really believe and understand my reaction caused things to be personal to me, that set up so many things for me personally in my life. And because you all are my children, I unknowingly have passed that on to you. Lord, Friday night when we got there, we were in the meeting, and when we got back to the hotel, we went to sleep, and I woke up in a uncontrollable cough to the point I thought I was choking. understand why. Because I just popped up out the bed and just started coughing uncontrollably, like I was going to choke. And the next day we got to the meeting. Amanda, Prophet Ferguson's wife, said, some of you are going to start coughing up bitterness. You're going to start coughing up those things that have been attached to you. Anger, resentment. At that very moment, I knew God had already gotten bitterness off of me because I went in with bitterness. I asked him to help me. I just asked him to help me. I didn't know he was going to remove it. I just knew that I needed to let go. I knew that I needed a breakthrough. And when he showed me the light he had on my chest, he removed those things that I didn't know was there. And he showed me where it started. It started with that first child that I lost. Then it started with a tree. Then it started with me having to be forced to be married when I didn't want to. And all the feelings that I carried with that I didn't know. And then I carried that into Latoya. She was actually in my womb. Look at your life and see how crazy and chaotic it's been your whole life. It's because the enemy has been there like a puppet directing it. Tricks. I rebelliously, I was so angry at my parents for their decision that I got pregnant with you. I still had milk coming out of my chest from the baby I had just. And then I became resentful because my mother, who took my first baby, took you too. Another portal. And God didn't show me this. This is just the truth. This is just what's so. It's just what happened. Veronica, lie. You were born in lie. You were born in lie. Lies surround your every aspect of your being. Every part, Lord. You were born from a lie. You were born from a lie. I had been with Mike for a long time, probably about 7 years, 6 or 7 years. I tried to get pregnant by him, and I couldn't, and I didn't understand why. And I despised Charles. And after I left him, I never went back to him one time. But because I wanted a baby with Mike, I slept with Charles. And when I got pregnant, I prayed that somehow it was Mike's because of the time frame that I had sex with both of them. But when you came out, and I said to myself, if it's his, at least all my kids get to say, Father. Forgive me. Forgive me. things were still there. I didn't even know it was in me. God didn't know. When he cleaned me up, he created me a new heart. And I don't hold any of those things anymore. You know, I'm sharing this with you guys because I pray that you go before the Lord and ask him to close those portholes, make declaration, declare whatever you got to do. Because I've closed the portals that I have opened for you, and the ones that you all walked in, which would have been maybe smaller portholes, you didn't know, because the enemy is nothing but a deceiver. And bitterness can destroy you. You want to know why you're not moving forward in some areas? Because lie will kill you. Lie is holding you back. Lie is holding you back. Bitterness is holding you back. Deceit is holding you back. Because it's a porthole that the enemy still has inside of you guys' life. God, he surgically removed it for me. He showed me what he took out. I'm not the same person no more. I just didn't even know that was there. I just didn't even know. And through the rest of the service, God just clicked everything together. You know, he just made more and more sense about my life, the life of my children, and how things have turned out in you all's lives, the things that you all have gone through, and you still go through, you know, denial, you know, lying, addiction. You know, my father never knew that him lying, trying to cover up his affairs, was opening the door for the enemy to come in and place lie and allow lie to just run, lying to just run rampant in our family, you know, because he magnifies, is a magnifier, you know, because he doesn't care. So he spreads it like a cancer, and it becomes so comfortable, you know, that we just are comfortable with it. And cheating, you know, deceptive, you know, because that's deception. That's the spirit of deception. It is the spirit, you know, and God was just showing me the different areas that was not identified or understood until this weekend for me, you know, that I can understand more, you know, of how we seem to want to work this thing out and try to figure this thing out in the way the world is. And God he's a spiritual being, and what has taken place is a spiritual thing. And the enemy is an attack there. It's a spirit that will attach itself like an appendage. That's why he went in and shined his light down, you know, in me. He didn't shine it on me. He shined it in me. You know, he poured out his light upon me. And he had to open those old wounds up, you know, to realize that stories needed to be told and truth needed to be said. You know, and I've talked about a few things with you guys, but, you know, this is not of me. It's just, I needed you to know what God did to me that I wasn't aware of. It was a mind-blowing experience like never before. Because when he brought that up for me, I didn't, it was like I was shocked because I didn't remember how I felt. And I was very hurt. You know, It doesn't mean that I don't love my mother and my father. It's just what it was. They didn't know. Just like I'm sure I may have done something that I didn't understand how you all, the emotional feeling you had behind it. I couldn't have. I don't think if my mother knew the impact of how I felt about not having that child, she wouldn't have done that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that they understood the effects that would have had to force me, because I was forced to marry Charles. And how the effect of being forced and being in an abusive, I was an abused young woman. I was 18 years old. And that abuse, Toya is getting her nutrition from me. Then she just got it like full-fledged. I don't want to shine. I'm at the window waiting on money so I can get an abortion. And she kicked, and I think I had something to do with it. But I had already deposited that I don't want you. I don't want you. I didn't want you. I just didn't want to be a mother of three. I didn't want to be a mother of 3 kids. I was 20 years old. I had a man that didn't respect me, didn't love me. He didn't care about me. All he wanted to do was abuse me. And then I meet somebody who didn't abuse me physically, but mentally abused me. But he was better than the first person I had. So in my mind, I want to have a child that at least have a man there. And when I couldn't, I went back to the man. Lord have mercy. I'm just trying to help you ladies, because you're grown women and you have minds of your own. And where I would love to be able to take you all to the throne room and speak on your behalf, because you're my baby. I can't. But I'm telling you, it didn't have anything to do with you all. I opened some doors. My father, my mother, we opened doors. And unbeknownst to you, you all have opened doors too. I just want you to be aware of them. And know that you don't have to. You can close them. You can get some answers to some questions you may have had. Oh, why is this and why is that and why is it so easy to do this? Because the enemy has been there for a long time. But God exposed him this weekend. And I am free. But I cannot free you. All you have to do that for yourself. I love you all so much. And anything, any hurt, anything I may have forced you to do, anything I may have lied to you about, forgive me. not let bitterness and resentment linger. It'll kill you. It will kill you. And not only will it kill you, it'll open you up. Toya, in order to be healed, you gotta let go. Veronica, in order for change to happen, you gotta let go. You gotta let go of it. Let it go. It's not worth it. It's not gonna change anything. It's not gonna for you to keep holding it. It's not. It's just gonna make you die. That's how cancer gets started. Something Amanda said to me, she said in a meeting, even though she was talking to everybody, she said it to me. She said her mother died of cancer and she had a tumor as big as somebody's head on her chest. And she said after her mother died, she asked God, can you tell me why? Because she was a woman of God. She was laying hands on people. She was healing. And God said that your mother had bitterness. Because we can have all those gifts and still carry things, unforgiveness, bitterness, and it will stop you from everything God wants to give you. Let it go. Let it go. You know, change. Lying is not okay. No time. You know, no time is it okay. Being angry longer than a minute is not worth it. It's not worth it. It kills you. It doesn't hurt the other person because now you've opened up another porthole for the enemy to come in and just lie in your life and just sit there and just maneuver in any way he wants to and treat you like a puppet. That's what those spirits do. You know? It's not as simple. It's not textbook, something you read in a coloring book. You know what the world tells you that this is what bitterness means, and it can't affect my life. It doesn't affect what's happening to me now, how I move, what I say, what I do, what happens to me. That's a lie from the pit of hell. It does affect everything that you do. Everything that you do. Don't be mad longer than a second. Let it go. Stop holding on to stuff that is going to kill you. Forgive quickly. And bitterness is a big pill, and it's a big appendage, and it will sit there, and you will think you have gotten over it, because obviously, that was a long time ago. That was over 39 years ago. 39 years ago. And I never grieved over those hurtful things. I tried to tuck them away because the world tells me I need to be a big girl. And you just need to, ain't no need of thinking about it. Ain't no need to lingering on it because you can't do nothing about it. You need to grieve over things. You need to grieve. Because if not, you think you have it and you think you're okay, and all it does is store up inside of you. And that's another way for the enemy to get in. Stop giving them all this access. I just realized how many holes I gave access to myself, which in turn gave access into you all's lives. So can you only imagine what you've done for yourself on top of what I did, on top of what my parents may have done, because it's all in the same bloodline? Not even considering your dad, your father, your true father, Charles Candy, and his family. And the portholes they opened, that you were at one point innocent victims just because of the blood that's running through your veins. Ladies, pray and keep you all lifted up because you are my children. I pray that God somehow touches whatever in you that needs to be touched and awakened, and He removes everything in you that needs to be removed, that any hole, any trap, any appendage, any words that the enemy has said, spoken, done, lie waste, claimed in you all's lives are destroyed. That you will continuously see areas where it's nothing to do with the natural things of life, that these are spiritual things that have happened with help either by you or by another family member. I don't resent anybody. I'm not mad about anything with you all anymore. I just love you. I'm not going to let the enemy trick me anymore when it comes to you all. Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity. I put it all in your hands. It's none of me and all of you. Thank you. Ladies, I don't think I have anything else to say. You can start 6 the last unmuted. So we can all say goodbye.